can do it this way. Hey Shadow, how are you? Cool. Sounds like you did a good job. Well, good job. I'm glad you did well then. Have fun lurking. I'll try to be somewhat entertaining for you while I work. I don't want to submit anything. I'm trying to find out what this error code means. No errors, but it just won't boot. Okay, fine. You know what? We're going to... F12. Known unknown kernel. Report findings 1 second blue light. Shit doesn't make sense. How do we have an error that can't be read? Well, it could be read, it just doesn't know what it is. Take this board away, someone else is going to find out what it was and they won't update me, so I won't know for future repairs. But they'll curse me out online for it. Okay, where's my positive? Inside is positive. And we need voltage of what, 12 volts? Volts, 6.2 on. 200 amps, it hangs and then goes off. Where's Ace when I need him? Or Booter? my phone was enough off screen. No one saw that. Okay, so we go 12 volts. We hang at 200 and we come back down. Where's my stupid guide? Check SSD controller for shorts. Oy vey. An SSD controller. Do I have a PS5 Slim? Which one's the SSD controller? This one? That's going to be... Man, I gotta get better at some of this stuff. I don't even know which one's the SSD controller. That's... Is that the SSD controller? That has to be the SSD controller, right? Because there's the two SSDs. Has to be that guy. When in doubt, learn how to use the interwebs. EM-044 PS5 I don't think it's a Wi-Fi issue. I'm pretty sure it has something to do with this SSD controller. Okay, yes, this is the SSD controller. Which means I should be looking at this one, which is what, F7502. Of course, on this model board, it's going to be different. Let's see. We're looking for something with 2 caps, small chip. Okay, that looks familiar. Those look familiar. Gah. You know, I've never done this one before. I have no clue what I'm looking for. So we're going to try right around here, which is the SSD area. Okay, that's too trippy. Okay. See, a lot of things light up, but it looks like there's a cap right around there that was lighting up. Southbridge? No, because I'm getting an error code, so Southbridge is actually present. So something is getting hot on that. Is it coming from this side? The SSD controller. Is that what it's seriously telling me is getting hot? Is the bloody SSD controller? Yep, it's the SSD controller that he's getting hot. I already had an idea that this is something to do with the SSD controller. I'd really prefer it to be like a shorted cap or something. Because I've got no way of reballing an SSD controller by hand. Well, that cluster looks familiar. Is that this board's version of 75002? Let's give it a shot. Can you hear this cluster? Okay, let's see. Did Toltec make a video? Gonna remove this liquid metal. That way I don't accidentally get it somewhere. Oops. see, where is he testing? Check on that spot. Oh. Doy. Those all seem reasonable. Turn power off. maintain it through. Hey J-Fix, how are you? Awesome. Awesome. Always glad to have you, man. Not sure tonight's gonna be anything awesome. I'm trying to figure out this PS5 Slim. I think it's just the SSD controller because it gets 12 volts, it pushes 205 milliamps, and then dies. And so it's a 1 second beep on, beep off. So it's either RAM or the SSD controller or something in between. I just don't know how to check it. Yeah, it actually does UART code. The UART code I am getting is 80801F12. Low, unknown, kernel, 1 second blue light. Thanks, console service tool. Which helps me none. Maybe if I had my German black licorice, I'd be smarter. Okay. So, if I give this power, I get 0.9. Nine. Right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna plug this back in, my UART, and we're gonna see if Coder's tool tells me any different. Why does Coder's software never work for me? Alright, console service tool, PlayStation 5. Handy. No. UART is working except for Coder stuff. Coder stuff is not working. If I run UART though, these are what I get. Bench power supply. So if I give it power with my bench power supply, it gets 12 volts, goes up to 207 milliamps, then turns back off, or goes back down. So according to Fix My App research, they claim that 175 milliamps to 225 milliamps. Check SSD controller for shorts. Oh, okay, I'll have to add an audio capture to that scene. I have tried thermal cam. You want to see what thermal cam looks like? Thermal cam is just going to show you SSD. Like, in all reality. I really got to find the mount for this thing. Take forever. I can hook this up to my computer, I'm pretty sure, and run it through computer. Okay. You guys see that? Here, let's turn this light off so... Alright, so, see my hand? It's over APU, okay? Biggest thing getting hot? SSD controller. Move it down towards the SSD controller. Do it again. SSD controller. Yep, the thing that's literally getting hot is the SSD controller, it looks like. But I don't know if it's a shorted cap to the SSD controller or not. And I didn't see any caps that looked like they were shorting with thermal cam. UART doesn't tell me anything except for, yeah, that's an issue related to 1 second blue light of death, but we have no clue what it is. Coder's software doesn't work whenever I try to use it. I'll wind up busting this piece of crap iron before I can afford a Hacko. Fuck. Did you find anything low resistance around SSD controller? See, that's the thing. I still have to learn the correct way of doing this. Which is why I'm happy you guys are all here now, so you can all laugh at me and help me feel like a complete moron, but teach me at the same time. Okay, so we put it in AC mode, right? Or do we want ohm mode? Huh, James? Oh yeah, by the way, hello, Chris. Resistance. Resistance. Black leg on ground. Gotcha. Okay. Here's SSD controller. That'd be this cap area, right? Would it help if I put microscope on? Red leg on caps around SSD. .15, 0.5. Oh wait, those are resistors, caps. Here we go. 0.031. I think that's supposed to be there though. 0.033. 0.7 and climbing. 0.7 and climbing. Open line. That one. And that's ground. So this cap is open line. Nope. All of a sudden this cap is 0.7 and climbing. .89. I assume this is going to be 0.89 because it's 0.7 and climbing. That's ground. That's 0.9. Okay, so majority of these is this top cap? Here, let's go microscope. Microscope. People stress me out. That's what scene 2. Yep. Don't worry, one of these days I will become a proper streamer. Hi, Chris from Japan. Are you in Japan, Chris? Because I know as hell Andy's not in Japan. Didn't know you were in Japan, Chris. Oh. That's cool. I always wanted to visit Japan. If I could get a damn Barlow lens. to actually go on the microscope. Well, considering it's evening for me, wouldn't it be Konbanwa? It's not APU. You know what? Why can't I just have a lens that... Why do I have to have stupid screw-on lenses? Why can't I just have a lens that I clip into place or something? Hey, Nick. Give me a sec, guys. I need to put this Barlow lens on because I am not... in the mood. Okay. Now we have some resemblance of being able to see stuff. How you doing, Nick? Alright, gents. There's my red lead. Okay, so this cap here is 0.03. I am working on a PlayStation 5 Slim where it only gets 200 milliamps on a bench power supply with 12 volts, which points to the SSD. But I can't find anything on this specific one, and Coder software doesn't tell me anything, and Console Service Tool tells me even less. Actually, no, I got that backwards. Console Service Tool doesn't tell me anything. Coder software tells me even less. So now I'm asking all of you guys for your help and expertise in me pulling my hair out. Yeah. So this is 0.03. This is ground. So this side ground, this side 0.03. This side is... I hate when it climbs. When it climbs is so annoying. Okay, so this is 0.8. It's like 0.86 something in climbing. This guy is 0.8. This guy is 0.8. This guy is 0.8. That's ground on that one. That side is 0.89, 0.9. .8, and that's a resistor. No, that's a fuse. That's not a resistor. That side is ground. That is 0.9. This side is 0.9. This one is 0.00000. That looks like a ground reading. Yep, that was a ground reading. This is 0.4, which is lower than the rest of them, but not lower than either of these two. Let's see. This guy is... Jesus. This one's 1.1. 1.2. Hey, this particular cap is 1.2 in climbing. Is that good or bad? Does anyone know? 0.7 in climbing. Probably in around 0.8. And this guy, ground. This guy, 0.6 in climbing. I think I had to solder that one back on. And these are all the ones that go below this stuff. It'd be so much nicer if I knew what I was looking for. Or not what I'm looking for, where I'm supposed to be looking? Can anyone make any sense of my brain? 0.7 on this side. It looks like those are supposed to be unpopulated. 0.7. 0.7 in climbing. So these ones look fine, right? Excuse me. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that information. You will probably tell this to me like 2 or 3 more times before I remember it, but I really do appreciate it. You guys got to keep in mind, I've been repairing consoles for like almost 20 some years now, off and on, but I've never got this far into them. You know, as far as I've got has always been getting down to the board level, checking where the traces are, and then just following the path. But actually checking resistance and that kind of stuff, way outside of what I've done in the past. So now I am learning. 27 years in the making. Does that fix my app thing give measurements to compare? I mean, it gives me standby voltages I can check. Dialogue power management IC. Excuse me. Hmm. I don't see a spot in this that will actually tell me what we're looking at, I think. Let's see, if I go back, there's standby and power voltages. So I could check for standby voltages, right? That'd be what? AC mode or DC mode? AC, right? I hate when I feel like such a moron. But you gotta admit when you don't know something so you can learn it. Ain't that right? DC. Okay, so we're gonna swap scenes back. And we're gonna do these checks in DC according to what this is to the best of my ability. Okay. Ground. This is supposed to be standby, right? PS5 back. Oh, power on voltages. I need standby voltages. Okay. So by the looks of things, this top leg here should be 5 volts. I'm just getting 0. Am I doing this right? Because it should either be 5 volts or 3.3, it looks like. Okay, let's go down to this one. Should be what, 3.3 on standby? Okay, hey, there we go. Alright. 3.3 standby on that one. Okie dokie. Now this is the tricky part because of the fact they are using a different model board than what I've got. So trying to check everything is not the easiest thing. But from what I could tell, that guy has 5 volts and it's supposed to have 5 volts. Triple check. Am I touching the right thing? Yep, that guy's got 5 volts. It looks like this guy here should have 3.3 and this guy should have 5, which it does. AC comes out the wall, then power supply converts AC to DC, so after power supply, always DC. You know, that makes so much more sense. I always grew up being told AC was active current and DC was dead current, even though I know that's not what they stand for. So when you're checking for something in a wall, you want active current, and when you're checking for something outside of a wall, you want dead current. It makes so much more sense the way you put it, JFix. Hey, Uber! How be you? You want to help me with the PS5 Slim, Uber? You gonna join the cause? I mean, I always appreciate the more help I can get, the better. So, beep and blod. 1 second, beep and blod. And console service tool has no UART code for it. Well, it does show a UART code, but the UART code says that they don't know what it is. It's a 1 sec beep on, beep off. And so far, standby voltages, from what I can tell, looks fine. If I use my bench power supply, it looks like it. I'm having a hard time finding out because, like, I don't know where all the standby voltages are supposed to be. And this is an EDM 40. EDM 04 or 044. It's a PS5 Slim. And just so you also are aware, bench power supply 12 volts, gets up to 207 milliamps, then goes back down, never hits 300. And when we use thermal camera, the SSD controller lit up. Under the Wi-Fi IC. Where is the Wi-Fi IC? This is the Wi-Fi IC. All fuses and caps. So we're gonna go back to resistance mode. Black lead and ground. .7. .7. That's ground. .7. .7. 0.7, 0.7. So this is the Wi-Fi I see right underneath it, just with continuity mode. Continuity, no power's plugged in, bench power supply's off. We have ground, open line, ground, open line, ground, open line, open line, ground, open line, ground, ground. Of course, now I scratch the board, open line. I don't see any fuses though, Uber. The caps seem fine because here's the Wi-Fi I see and this is underneath it. Unless I'm checking something wrong, which is possible because I have no clue on this deep of one, which is why I'm learning. Should be marked. Wi-Fi I see. Underneath. That's all the caps there. Yeah, I've checked this one. This fuse seems to be fine. Right, I should get continuity across the fuses, yeah? Where is it? There's this fuse. Continuity. F7002. 001. F3501. F3503. F5401 is this guy as I drop the board. No biggie. Okay, yeah. So F7003213503001 5401 are all good. F7004 is good, and F7005 is good. So all fuses on this side of the board seem fine. Every single one of them has continuity across. Unless I missed one. Notice my luck, I would have missed one fuse and it's gonna drive me nuts. What about this side of the board? F3502 on this side is good. Okay, yeah, all fuses that are marked with the F are good. Just this one, F3502, which has continuity across. But like when we do thermal cam, this pops up. This guy lights up. Does that mean anything to you? UART is can I copy this? Alright, you guys can hear me now, yeah? But this is what the UART code shows. And the only thing I can see is this 80801F12 kernel report findings 1 sec blue light. Unknown. Thanks, Chris. So yeah, Uber, that's what it shows. But wouldn't the RAM light up when we did thermal? Or does it talk to the SSD controller first, then the RAM? Well, here, let's do thermal again. This one's been in my queue for like 4 months, so I told them that if I don't have it figured out by Friday, they can come pick it up. I'm covering the cancellation fee and everything. Because you guys have bench fees. I have a cancellation fee because I have a no fix, no fee policy. So if I can't figure it out, I don't charge them. Which I know some people don't like, but it just pushes me to check even further. You're no fix, no fee too? Yay, we could be friends. I mean, I hope you and I could be friends all the same, but not just because of that. See, over here, I think bench fees just confuse people. Because, like, I used to have a diagnostics fee, and people had no clue what a diagnostics fee was. Because, like, I'd call them up and it's like, hey, it's going to be $120 for this repair, and they're like, oh my god. But it's like a $50 diagnostics fee, so, you know, I can't afford $170 for this repair. And it's like, no, it's a $120 for the repair. Diagnostics fee goes towards the repair. And they're like, oh, really? And it's like, yeah? Where have you been that it doesn't do that? And they're like, I don't know, other people. It's like, oh, okay. That doesn't really make sense to me, but whatever floats your boat. Well, here, we're going to add this thermal camera. Actually, you know what we're going to do? Instead of putting it there, we're just going to make this a whole new scene. What do you guys think about that? Whole scene where it's just the thermal camera. Scene 2. HDMI, my dashboard. Do repairs without you guys. Audio input. Alright, give me just 1 sec, guys. Alright, you guys can still hear me? Is it just me, or does this thing suck? Okay, let's see. And it's inverse. That's okay. So, okay guys, this is where the bottom of the board is. Or where the power is. So, let's light her up. Alright, there's the 4 squares. And if we light her up, do it again. And the region that is lighting up is down here. Come on, UV camera. Come on. Be good. Okay. So this is the SSD controller. And that is the only thing lighting up. And if we carefully flip this over, we attach our leads. Okay. Hello? Jesus. I have to get a better UV camera. Okay guys, so SSD controller is bottom side here. So if we light this back up, something is getting warm in this region. Hello Ace. How is you? What is that? That is RAM not lighting up. Yeah, nope, RAM is not lighting up at all. But it looks like something from this region here is lighting up. What the hell is that? Okay, let's, because this thing is stupid as all hell. That does absolutely nothing in helping me. Fusion, let's trip out. Does that mean it's coming from the opposite side of the board? Okay, so Southbridge is that guy there. If we hit it with another 12 volts, something lights up. Underneath Southbridge. Now you all know I have a hot crotch. Okay. It's the SSD controller lighting up. Let's quick move it to this side where the RAM and stuff is. Yeah, RAM's not lighting up at all. But if we go to the SSD controller and Southbridge areas, SSD lights up, and it looks like something up here is lighting up. This guy? Unless it's just getting heat off of the Southbridge. Okay, so right here is Southbridge. So something over here was lighting up too. Okay, so it looks like something in this area was supposedly lighting up. Unless I didn't see that right. It's totally possible. Resistance mode. Black line on ground. Excuse me. Lee, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know where that is. Which one's the dialogue I see? DA90 D605 should be near F7. Oh, the thing that I was checking. Okay, check the inductors on dialogue. Inductors would be these guys, yeah? Nope. Coder's UART tells me absolutely nothing. Yeah. CST doesn't tell me anything, and Coder's software tells me even less. Which is stupid, because Coder's software will see my tool, but it won't do anything. So let's see. Let's get this at least back so that way I can turn around and because maybe I'm missing something. It is possible that I'm misusing Coder software. Because if Coder software will tell me more than CST, I'm more than happy to use it. I'm not getting anything. Okay. That makes kind of sense, because when I looked at Toltec's videos, he came across a similar one, and but he was using whatever his name software, BWEs, and said it was RAM number 7. But these are also Hynix RAM, and I have no RAM that I can use unless I just reflow all the RAM. But here, this way you can see what I get. So, console has power. I'm plugged in with UART. Okay, so get error codes from PS5. Oh wait, should come back over here. Yes, I want to use this one. This is all that happens. But if we open up console service tool and we tell it use USB port, run, which I get a kick. Low, nothing to concern about first, but it's preventing the thing from turning on. And just in case UART for coder software is being weird, coder software, run as administrator, yes. Just loops back around. Clear the codes, then retest the system? Okay. I mean, anything's worth a shot at this point. Because I'm not finding anything wrong except for the fact the RAM doesn't want to turn on. Alright, clear error codes. Run. Okay, error codes have been cleared. Nope, that didn't do it. Because my bench power supply still only goes up to 205 and then back down. But let's see if by any luck of the draw we have new error codes. Huh, that's kind of silly. What the heck? Stupid keyboard. Okay. This is fair. Alright, you guys get to see what UART says. Okay. We cleared the error codes. Fricker. Get off my trackpad. Now we're going to reread the error codes. And now we have the all fucks code. It says no errors. Wait, but it's not getting the full 200 or 300 milliamps. Fixed, but it's not getting 300 milliamps. Will it actually boot now? Are you guys telling me that it should actually boot and it's been sitting here for 4 months for no reason? Because I had no clue what the fuck this was. Alright, let's try this. If it boots, I swear to God. Especially after I just told them I'd do this repair free because it's been sitting here for 4 months. Oh, fuck, Charlie horse. God damn it. Okay, Boot sequence anomalies. What do you mean, Ace? It does not get 300 milliamps with the bench power supply. And according to Fix My App, that's supposed to be an SSD controller issue. Root beer fire escape time. Not at the moment. Although I might have to stand up for just a sec because my leg is killing me. Oh, fuck. I gotta get a better seat. I gotta clean up my bench and everything. Okay. Yeah, still 1 second blue light of death. 0 to 207 milliamps, then back down. It hangs at like 204, 207 for about a second and then goes back down. Here, since this didn't work, let me show you. I was about to say, if clearing the error codes fixed it, then that would have been not only awesome, but would have been a pain in my ass. Because I don't want to really tell these guys that, yeah, it was fixed by, you know, finally figuring out how to do my UART codes, and not that they'd understand anyway. Okay. Thanks a lot, Uber. I really appreciate you. Okay, so this is what we get. Ready? Ready? You're gonna miss it. Okay, 12 volts, 200 milliamps, 2, 3, 4, 5, then back down. And if we use... No, I'm not going to bake the board. I don't have a machine to bake the board. I would bake the board just to mess with you guys, but I don't have a machine to bake the board with. Okay. And Ace, according to this thing here, 107 milliamps or 225 milliamps plus or minus 7 milliamps. Check SSD controller for shorts. See, Uber, you are kidding, and I get that. I would still do it just to mess with you guys, because anything at this point is better than me ripping my hair out. My hair is the only good feature about me, so... Psh. Check SSD controller for shorts. But I don't see any shorts near the SSD controller. I could reflow the SSD controller. 204, 207, back down. What you guys think? Reflow the SSD controller? Blast it with 480 degrees Celsius and some flux and hope and pray? You can see forums say that it's what, this RAM chip? Fix My App says that its boot sequence is this SSD controller, and Thermal says it's this SSD controller. Hello, Pitco. How are you? Yep. Does not seem to have any shorts on the Wi-Fi Bluetooth cap, which... Wi-Fi Bluetooth? No shorts on these caps. Couldn't find any. All my fuses are good too. I do thermal, this is the only thing that really lights up. At least from what I can see with my piece of crap thermal camera. Thanks, Northridge. Will Pitco? All the fuses seem good. All the Wi-Fi Bluetooth caps seem good. But, oh, and by the way, UART does not show any error codes. Yes, Chris, it was. You can shoot me later. Reflash the NOR. I don't even know how to reflash the NOR. Is that a thing I could do with like your or something? Someone will have to teach me. Thank you again, Lee. Have a great one. Oh yeah, Pitco. This though goes up to 207 milliamps, then goes back down. And the only thing on thermal is this guy here, which is the SSD controller, which, according to Fix My App, something near the SSD controller should be shorted. Hey Chris, if you've got a better thermal cam suggestion, by all means, as long as it doesn't cost me like 500 bucks, you know, send me a link. Because yeah, this was the suggestion from Northridge Fix that I bought off of him like a moron. And it's all slow as hell. I don't have time for that, Ace. Plus, I don't want to pay him to fix this one when I'm gonna be giving this back to them for free. Alright, Ace, thanks for popping in. Hope you have a great dinner with the fam. I'm sure he at some point was, Chris, because you got to keep in mind, I bought this from him back when he actually had some sense of honor and dignity in his repair. So maybe I just don't know how to use this properly. But all the reviews for this specific camera outside of his seem pretty positive, so I could just not be using it properly. Don't want to bash on Alex too much because, well, he still makes more money than I do, so he's doing something right. Well, you know what I can do? I could try a bio stump on this. Wonder how badly that'll fry it. Because at this point I'm stumped. And I don't think anyone up here in Alaska is going to be able to do it. And The only one I could probably send it to would be Toltec. Fuck, can't even speak right now. Alright, you know what? Bench power supply can go down here for now, because I don't need you at the moment. Let's bring their actual power supply, because to be honest, I'm getting too tired and I don't want to work on this tomorrow. So if I can't figure it out tonight, I might just call them up tomorrow and be like, hey, I'm sorry, I give up, come pick it up. Because I don't want to give up, but it's, like I said, it's been here for 4 months, and I should have given up a long time ago. Have you looked at the APU sock power rail check for voltage presence on each rail during startup? Yes. And from what I remember, I got 9 volts, 9 volts, 9 volts, 12 volts here. From what I knew, it seemed fine on that. Alright, so maybe a BIOS issue. Well, I'm gonna see if I can use Coder's tool to do a BIOS dump on it, I guess. Because I don't know how to do a NOR flash nor a proper BIOS dump, but it's never too late to learn, right? Oops. Maybe I will hand this over to Booter, but I'll hand the customer Booter's business card and tell them to ship it to him. Okay, we got my little UART tool. We're all plugged up. Hey! Okay, so I had to re-download Coder's tool for Coder's tool to actually work. Sad part is, Coder's tool says the same exact thing as console service tool. Now, to be fair, I thought console service tool at one point was Coder's tool, but apparently not. So, alright. Now we're going to do BIOS dump tools. We're going to view... Ooh, now you can convert to disk edition. Change serial number, change motherboard serial number, change console model number. We're just going to view BIOS information. Okay, load a BIOS dump. In order to work with a BIOS file, you must first choose a file to work with. This needs to be a valid bin file containing your BIOS dump file. You will need to know the full file path of your bin file in order to continue. Okay, how do I pull the BIOS from this? Convert to digital edition, convert to disk edition, convert to slim edition, change serial number. Okay, so we're gonna say X. Okay, guys, how do I dump the BIOS on this thing? Or do I just look up a BIOS file? Let's see, EDM-044 BIOS. Hey guys, can anyone tell me how I'm supposed to pull the BIOS file from here? Because how do I dump the BIOS file when Coder's tool doesn't show me a BIOS dump? 4. One. You'll need I don't know. I think you need the chip reader. Which chip reader? This one? I've got 2 of them. I got this one, and I got a way more expensive one. That I don't think I will be able to find. Oh, wait. I also have this one. Neo programmer. By the way, if any of you want to work with me on a Wii U, let me know, because I bought this one to read the Wii U eMMC chip. And I still have yet to do it. Alright, Neo Programmer. Let's open up Neo Programmer. Do I have Neo Programmer even installed? You know, let's download Neo Programmer. Excuse me. GitHub. Download zip file. Starting to use GitHub a lot more often, it seems. Sorry, WinRAR. I would love to buy your license. I don't want to. At least not right now. Extract. Desktop. Okay. I thought I extracted that to desktop. I have not been paying attention to what you guys were saying. Neo Programmer is the software that is, the other programmers doesn't look like BIOS reader. Yeah, it's an eMMC reader. And apparently a ridiculously overpriced but all-in-one reader. CH43. Hey Spec. Sorry guys, I'm trying to install Neo Programmer. You clip or desolder the BIOS chip and read out a circuit. 3.3 volt BIOS, but not sure. For 3.3 you connect direct to programmer. For 1.8 BIOS, use an adapter board so you don't burn the BIOS chip. JFix. I'm gonna be honest with you, my friend. I bought this thing a while ago and I have never once used it. So I don't even know which one the BIOS chip is. I feel like such a moron. Probably because I am, but still. How you doing, Spec? Near the South Bridge. Okay. So we unplug PS5. We unplug UART. We desolder UART. South Bridge is on the flip side of the board, so we pull South Bridge. South Bridge. The green board is for 1.8. Okay, so this is the main programmer. You're saying this guy is for 1.8? Yeah, 1.8 volt adapter. See, I don't even know how to use this thing. I also have this clippy clip thing here. Alright, take this clippy clip. This is the BIOS chip, right? That looks like a BIOS chip. Red wire is pin 1. Okay, clip, red wire, pin 1. The one with the arrow. Gotcha. Clip. Clippy clip. You know what, this is going to be very dangerous because I don't have a USB extender, do I? Where is that USB extender? Give me one sec. I had a USB extender. Ow! Good. Hello, you other PS5. I have so many fucking PS5s to fix. God damn. Is your channel a kid-friendly channel? Hell to the nah. Why not? Because I myself am not kid-friendly this late at night. If any children were to discover my channel, their parents would probably sue me for cursing like sin. Because fuck you, fuck. Alright, where is that USB extension cable that I had previously? I have to get those two stories done in the morning. Parts. You know, I knew I kept this braided USB extension cable for a reason. Okay. So we take USB extension cable, right? Red clip is wire 1, Do I need this motherboard plugged in for me to read the BIOS like UART, or does it pull power from the USB that's plugging into? Also, how do I plug this in? Clip. Looks like clip is attached. Because if we need power, I'll need my bench power supply probably. Ah, there we go. Here's the adapter to use this thing. Okay, and is there any particular spot I'm supposed to plug this into? My geniuses of the Worldwide Technicians Association? Forget Console Legion, let's make another one. Worldwide Technicians Association. You have to at least have tried to solder once in your life. We will accept you. My friends, my peoples. Help. Okay, 25XX, 24XX. Do I put in that side? Is there a YouTube video how to dump a BIOS for using this tool? Coder or someone has had to have made a video, right? Dump PS5 BIOS to PC. Console therapy, I don't like that guy. Well, I don't like his videos. The guy itself is probably fine. If detected, you can read it. Oakley dokley. If I fry the thing, it's not like it's gonna make much of a difference. It's already not working. Wait, 8-bit, you say I have to pull the BIOS chip? Pull the BIOS chip. Okay. Well, I mean, the clamp is supposed to bypass it. Like, that's the clamp's whole purpose, is to literally bypass me having to take it off the board. So we're going to try without pulling the BIOS, because the less desoldering and soldering I have to do, I feel the better. Device manager, why don't you see this tool? Power comes from USB. Okay. I have to find the drivers for this now. Alright. Channel 341 A Pro driver. I have no clue. Alright, you guys heard of the Sega Tower Power? Ow. Check out the CH3 Programmer Tower Power. Okay. Now we take this, we plug this back in. IC not responding. Damn it. That means I have to remove it from the motherboard, and I didn't want to do that. Or the BIOS chip is dead. One of the two. My handy dandy flex. Hot air or desolder? Anyone know if there's any preference for this thing? Hot air would be quicker, no? Gonna try hot air. Right, and then we just solder it to this board, right? The socket for the chip. Is this the socket? It looks like a socket. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think I have the socket. I think this is a socket. Looks like a socket. Small. Socket. Okay, cool. So we just take socket here. Use the socket. Gotcha. Okie dokie. So we just push down. Hey, I mean, I appreciate help from both of you. Like, I will get any and all knowledge I can from everyone. Okay. Because knowledge is power, and eventually I would like to be one of the people on your guys' end helping someone else actually do this work. Okay, open up Neo Programmer. I will defer to... IC not responding, disconnected. Did I do something wrong? Okay, how do I know which way is the correct orientation on this, though? That was pin 1. So maybe I have this upside down? Right. And then where on the socket is the indicator for the socket? Because see, pin 1 is currently connected up here. But it's not like I have any locations I could put pin 1. Maybe I have this plugged in wrong? And then we have this guy. That should be pin 1 there. Nope, still nothing. Dot or notch indicating pit 1. On the IC, right? Because on the IC I know where pin 1 is. I just don't know where pin 1 is supposed to go on the socket, or if I even have this monstrosity hooked up right. I don't even know if this BIOS is a 3.3 or 1.8. Let's try to find out. What BIOS chip is this? This is... Did I... .3 Google Dish. Okay. So remove the 1.8 volt adapter. Yeah, Booter. I'm still up. I am racking my head against this PS5. This is a CH341A Pro. Alright, and then we got pin 1 in this corner, so like this? Right, got rid of the 1.8 adapter. Now we're plugged straight in. And we're trying Neo Programmer. Should show on bottom. What am I looking for on the bottom? Yeah, bottom. Oh, that's what. Nope. Hello, Russie. Okay, Neo Programmer. Read IC. Not responding / disconnected. Hey, Sharp. Shows orientation. So, like this. Because that lines up pin 1 there. How is you, Russie? Ha-ha! Okay. Now we have something. Voila! Is it still reading? Reading memory, main memory. Oh, it's still reading. Okay, we're just gonna sit that down there so I don't fuck it up. You done with your lies of penis, Booter? Lies of penis. It's doing 2 read to compare them, make sure they match 100%. Watch the irrational. And Crow Country. Jeez. Hey, who of you actually uses repair software like Repair Shop or Repair Desk? Ah, you did fine, Booter. The guy was an asshole. You know? A lot nicer than I would have been. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Zoho. They rubbed me wrong like Yelp a while back. Chatfix does? Where is Chatfix? I never see him. Yeah, Zoho is mad cheap, but Repair Shopper's free. Or at least I know how to use it free. Yes. Sharp, I believe it is, Hex. I don't like cloud-based software, Booter. I prefer mine to be local with the option for cloud-based. But 5:30 a.m. or 5:40 a.m. East Coast. Fuck, is it already that late? 1:40. No need to, but up to you. Yeah, see, I'm at that point right now where either I want to make my own software and say fuck everyone else, or I want the software I'm going to get to do what I want. I think I should make my own software. Good night, Booter. Yeah, see, at that point, I might as well just make my own software and meh. But I hope you sleep well. Sharp, we are looking at the BIOS chip for a PlayStation 5 Slim console that is making me rack my brain. Hey, JFix, how long do you think it's going to take for this to read? Because at 1:40 in the morning, I might pick this up tomorrow and just let it read. I mean, it's reading. This stupid thing. See? Reading. You're telling me it should have been done reading by now? 7 hours. Fuck that. I'm going to bed in that case. Something. Thank you, Booter. Let's make the Yeti even more anxious. 10 seconds. Oy vey. I got my settings wrong. That's always a possibility. But it is physically reading the BIOS chip. Hey, Charles. Damn, Booter. Not that slow. JFix, my eMMC reader. No, I don't think so. It says it's an all-socket eMMC 153 plus eMMC 169. I don't know, Booter. This is the first time I'm actually doing something this far deep. I don't typically get this far deep with my repairs because I am not smart enough. Yeah, just for eMMC. I specifically bought this one because the whole point of this was for me to read a Wii U eMMC chip to see if I could repair the issue Wii U's are coming with that specific one. How you doing, Charles? And see, look, I got all these cool adapters: a 9x11, 14x18. I do want to put this to the test, so if anyone wants to sit down and help me rack my brain with Wii U eMMCs, that'll be fun. Night, Booter. Sleep well. Yeah, Charles, it's well, it's not auto-destructy. It's, from what I've come to understand, it's similar to like the PS3 chip errors where the chip itself wasn't actually designed to last long enough, or some BS like that. Excuse me. It's supposedly something weirder, like the chips just are failing now after some amount of years or something. But yeah, it's for the Wii U's. I want to try fixing those because I do have a customer who has one dropped off, and I'd like to get it back to him working. But I've offered to replace the Wii U for him because I haven't been able to figure it out, and he really wants his data. But I keep trying to tell him the data on his eMMC chip is probably gone. I just need the time and money to do it. Well, to figure it out. The eMMC reader was almost like $200 or $300. Hey JFix, you think you're gonna be here tomorrow around this time? Well, hopefully earlier. Hopefully. I'm gonna hope so too, because with how long this is taking to read, I'm not gonna be able to stay up much longer to figure it out. So hopefully I can catch you around this time tomorrow and rack your brain with it. Oh, wait. Okay, so Charles, interested because I have 2 in a box somewhere I haven't tested yet. Huh. You know that first enthusiastic rush when you decided you were going to fix stuff and you buy every cheap looking lot that ends up in Forward's corner house? I don't, Charles, because I grew up inside of my dad's video game store. His game stores, he opened it up over 35 years ago, and so I literally grew up learning how to repair consoles. So I mean, I've been repairing stuff for like 20-ish years on and off, but I never got this deep into it because it was always like, you know, take the multimeter, look for continuity on this between this trace and this trace, replace that part kind of thing. So now I'm having all the brilliant minds like JFix and Booter and Ace in them and 8-Bit teach me, you know, the technical stuff. You're seeing that the P2 Pro on Ali is about $270 to $290 shipped if you're looking for your new thermal. Still pricey, but good quality, especially with macro lens. Okay, 8-Bit, is it better than this? Because like I said earlier, I may just not know how to use this thing properly. You know, so there's always the possibility that this is perfectly fine, it's just I don't know how to use it correctly. Either which way, I'm sorry guys, I will not be able to stay up this much longer because, well, I'm tired. And I have to get up in like 4 hours. Unlike Booter, I don't get to show up when I feel like it. I'm gonna be honest, JFix. I'm having no luck with AliExpress right now. They refuse to ship a lot of stuff to me because I'm in Alaska. So, honestly, I'd be better off asking you to buy it and ship it to me than I would asking you for your discount code for me to ship it from Ali. Yeah, everyone in the US had problems for a small bit while AliExpress figure out the whims up their rear. Because the tariff stuff wasn't anything major. It's more BS media crap than anything. Because, like, I bought stuff straight from China, like my TMR sticks. I bought them straight from AKNS. He had no problem shipping them to me. So, why everyone else was freaking out, he shipped me my stuff and we were good. But after all this tariff stuff, all of a sudden, every single thing I used to buy, none of them would ship to Alaska anymore. Weird. If he needs leaded solder, he has me on Discord. Tell him to hit me up. And I'll see if I can get leaded solder to him, because I'll ship the good leaded solder, the stuff I use. What is this? I always forget their brand. Kester. I like Kester solder. Kester works really great. Anyway. Oh, okay, that's good at least. Well, this is reading. I'm gonna go to bed and hopefully pick this up tomorrow. So, thank you all very much for coming to my stream. I really appreciate all of you, all of your help, and you guys teaching me everything on the technical stuff. Yes. Cheers, my friends. I hope you all rest well, or if you're in a place where it is morning, I hope you have a wonderful day. And always remember, no matter what you guys do, always have happy gaming.